my God, Jackie!
Yeah, Dracky.
So, Wheeljack hasn't had a great time of it, has he? He was such a great fella in the first and second series of the G1 cartoon and had so many highlights. He was the very first Transformer to appear on screen in the pilot episode on the search for some long, hard rods with Bumblebee. He then made the Dinobots with Ratchet. Again, he made the bloody Dinobots. Over the course of the show, he constructed so many fantastic gadgets and doohickeys. Wheeljack was generally just the very bestest science boy. How was he repaid for his years of good service? Surely he'd have a large part in the 86th movie. Nope, he was killed off screen. No big hero moment, no big last hurrah, just RC looking a bit sad at his mangled corpse. Shocking. Like the rest of the fellas killed off in the movie, Wheeljack's untimely demise was due to the discontinuation of his original toy. It was pretty fucking awful, to be fair. Look at the state of this. His proportions make him look more like a gorilla than Optimus Primal. What is going on with his head as well? Where are his eyes? My God, what have you done to his eyes?
What have you done to its eyes?
The car mode did look pretty sweet though. After years of cameos and bit parts, what the hell was he even doing in the Unicron trilogy? Wheeljack received one of the most terrifying Baybears redesigns in Dark of the Moon. Oh, and he was renamed to Q before the movie came out. Unlike the dashingly handsome multiversal mischief maker of the same name from Star Trek The Next Generation, this fella was an abomination to God. He looks like a mechanical version of the wee fella from Saw. This thing would give Fred West nightmares. Typically of Michael Bay's explorations of nihilism, misogyny, bad comedy and senseless violence, Wheeljack, or Q, was shot to death whilst pleading for his life. Fuck you, Michael Bay. Then, a ray of hope for Wheeljack, the scene that gave all us G1 fans pant-tightening nostalgia boners. The beginning of the Bumblebee movie featured a perfect Wheeljack. Although he was only on screen for 2 seconds, he looked amazing. His colours were on point. He had his wee funny mask. He had eyes, thankfully, and his sticky up shoulder things. He even had lighty up ears. Wheeljack was back, baby. I couldn't wait to see what they do with his character in Rise of the Beasts. Would Ratchet and him end up making G1 style Dinobots on Earth? I'd give my left nut to see a proper dumb fuck Grimlock in live action, stomping about like a right bellend. Surely Wheeljack would at least make some fancy gadgets for the Autobots. Not exactly. Wheeljack received yet another unnecessary redesign to this cursed thing. Robotic Elton John springs to mind. They made our cool, mad scientist an absolute nerd, with bottle-rimmed glasses, braces, and a strangely Spanish accent. If Pablo here had been named anything else, I wouldn't have had a problem with him. His design is goofy, sure, but it's nowhere near as bad as the twins from Revenge of the Fallen. The issue I have is that it's just not Wheeljack. Rise of the Beast did such a great job with RC. She also received a redesign, but was pretty much instantly recognisable. Saying this is Wheeljack is like casting McLovin from Superbad as the new Tony Stark. I am not down for that. No, sir. So, in this episode, we will try to get some justice for our mistreated Autobot mechanic. I'm going to show you 2 toys that you should get instead of that mess Pablo. Toys that actually invoke the true spirit of Wheeljack. Here we have Earthrise Wheeljack and Studio Series Bumblebee Wheeljack. Don't they look nice? Let's start with the Earthrise Wheeljack. If you're looking for G1 accuracy in a mainline release, this is your boy. Wheeljack is looking sharp. His head sculpt is the spitting image of his G1 self. They've really captured his goofy lined faceplate that's always reminded me of the Michelin Man somehow, and his lighty up Weetabix shaped ears. The blue of his eyes is picked out well and gives our boy some life. If you're feeling spicy, you can even turn his head round for a G1 toy look. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can if you want. The greens and reds here are so vibrant and are quintessential Wheeljack. It's a bit of a shame that the white hues is a little dirty. It kind of makes Wheeljack seem like he's yellowing. Either that or he's taken up smoking.
Oh, Jesus, mate, big man.
Wheeljack's arms are also a little unfortunate. The elbow joint has been placed very high up in the arms, and this makes him look quite unnatural in some poses. They really should have added another joint here to compensate for these freakishly long and thick forearms. He'd probably be good at arm wrestling though. Maybe he needs to have a chat with Johnny Elbows. Oh wait, he's been cancelled now. I only just found him. Jeez, stay away from that guy, Wheeljack. Wheeljack's shoulder-mounted missile is much more chode-like than its handsomely phallic representation in the cartoon. His shoulder wings also feel a bit undersized, but I do really like how they combine to make the spoiler of his absolutely dope car mode. After a simple but rather clever transformation, Wheeljack becomes a slab of awesomeness. It's so flat and sleek, it looks like it would be fast as fuck, boy.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
It's like a sporty wedge of cheese with wheels. I love it. The car is decked out in all these lovely tampagraphs with references to the Transformers universe that really tickles my taint. We've got Wheeljack Invenzione, a representation of Wheeljack's mad inventions. Iacon, the Autobot capital city on Cybertron. Velocitron Racing, after the famous Transformers race thing that I really don't care about. Watch my Velocitron Cosmos review, please. And weirdly, Praxis. Wasn't that the name of the Klingon moon that exploded at the start of Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country? Strange reference, but great movie regardless. I love the bit where Kirk is in the Klingon icy pokey and kicks the alien fella in his knees, that it turns out that that's where he keeps his balls. Really cerebral sci-fi stuff. That is the second Star Trek reference in this episode. Oh man, folk are going to think I'm a geek or something, Anyway, awesome alt mode all in. Overall, Earthrise Wheeljack is great and only hampered by a few minor quibbles in his robot mode. Is there a better Wheeljack out there for your collection though? Maybe. This is Studio Series Bumblebee Wheeljack and he's fucking awesome. Just look at this wee smasher. His head sculpt is dead on from the source material, being a more mechanical affair than the clean, animation-accurate Earthrise figure. I love that his wee ears have been painted blue, making them look like they're in the process of lighting up, like they're meant to. Posability on this Wheeljack is just awesome. He feels so much more dynamic than the Earthrise mould, and looks amazing in any pose you put him in. Plus, he actually has proportionate arms, with not one, but two elbows. Quite the upgrade from Earthrise's one shite one. Colours on the Studio Series Wheeljack are very similar to the Earthrise, even down to that dirty looking yellowish white. I kinda mind it less here though, as he's rocking more of a mechanical, real world aesthetic, and, like your mum, suits being a little dirty whore. I love the solution Hasbro has come up with for Wheeljack's shoulder wings. Mounting them in the back of his arms is a genius idea. Unfortunately, Studio Series Wheeljack doesn't have a shoulder-mounted missile. Gutting. You can balance his gun here, but it looks pish, so that's a pure shite idea. Why would you even mention that? You are such a prick sometimes. So with such a good robot mode, you'd think that some compromises would have been made to Wheeljack's alt mode. Nope, it's fucking amazing. The transformation in this thing is mind-bending. It took me a while to get the hang of it, as the whole inside of Wheeljack's chest spins out and flips round like an object from a higher dimension. Amazing stuff. When you're done, you're left with this adorable wee Cybertronian car. It kinda reminds me of a Bugatti Veyron, but from space. Everything is better from space, with the exception of world-ending, extinction-level event meteorites. It's quite unbelievable that Wheeljack's awesome robot mode can be compacted into this sleek wee thing. There's no fun tampagraphs this time, but the engineering alone makes this fella worth your time and truly does some justice to the Wheeljack we all know and love. So who's the best out of these two? Both are bloody smashing. If your only concern is getting a G1 accurate Wheeljack, the Earthrise one will more than fill your needs. He fits right in with the rest of his Season 1 and 2 buddies. However, if you're looking for the best figure out of these two, the Studio Series takes it. He's so poseable, looks amazing, and is such a mental transformation. You owe it to yourself to experience it. What we really need now is a Origin Wheeljack to go along with Bumblebee and Jazz. I'd snaffle that up quicker than Mormon kids can come up with ways to get around the no sex before marriage rules. Have you ever heard of soaking or jump humping? Trust me, have a wee Google. It is bloody hilarious. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Catch you later.